Okay, so welcome to Vinyasa Flow. Start in a cross-legged position. I like to sit on a little support, helps to assist that tilt of the pelvis that brings the natural curves to the spine with ease, right? If your tailbone's tucked under, you got to use a lot more muscles to get there. So you want to really be on the front side of the sitting bones. Turn palms up, drawing elbows back underneath the shoulders. Touch the pointer and thumb together. Dhyana Mudra. Connecting to the self. Bringing your awareness into your body. So, we kind of start by setting a pose. There's a lot of doing. That's our kind of command life that we live in the majority of the time. So now soften into that listening place. Noticing the shape that you're in. A general tone. It's where you're at right now. Try not to add any stories to that. Just what it is. And as your breath deepens, your awareness expands, shifting a little bit to facilitate just more ease. And noticing areas that are shut down that you could send breath into, bring some lightness to it. Continue to allow the breath to wave through the body. A little more space between the joints with the inhale. Softening. Extra holding with the exhale. Finding a simple intention for your practice. Place that intention into your heart. Draw the palms together at the center of the chest. Anjali Mudras. Mudra of compassion as we circle the heart, feeling the palms pressed together. Elbows reach out, upper arm bones draw in, shoulder blades soften. Bowing chin to chest. Namaste, welcome. Head. Bring the hands to the knees. Keep your eyes closed or a soft eye gaze. We'll begin with a seated cat-cow. Exhaling to round the spine. Inhaling to arch. Just letting this be a somatic movement in that we're not concerned about outcomes. Really just letting the breath lead us through movement that connects us to our body. It's that natural flow and wave-like quality of the breath then translates to the body. Doing one more round. We'll switch the cross of the legs. Going again and maybe adding on a little bit if you want to start checking out the sides, making a circle. And then starting to make it a little bit bigger. So as you inhale, arching the spine, looking up, and then just letting it take you forward a bit with that long spine. And then exhale, take the chest back to round the spine and then lean behind the hips. So very wave-like. Inhale, chest forward, ripple. And then exhale, chest back. Just follow your breath a couple more times through that. Finding some articulation. Just, it feels good. Coming center. Let's make our way into downward facing dog. Blanket off to the side, block can be up front. Dancing into your dog today, mindfully. Right? That breath, that connection. Noticing what's calling to you and sending space and movement, whatever's needed there. And then as that is addressed and you move into a stiller down dog, noticing areas maybe that are a little quieter. And you can start down at the feet, reaching through all four corners of the feet, hugging those knees in and the thighs back. This gravity assisted position to get the breath all the way up to the collarbones. Let your head really go. Press those palms down straight in the elbows. On your next exhale, come to child's pose, toes together, knees wide, bowing down. And just be really relaxed, just puddle. Have a little puddle moment. Up to hands and knees. Take your right foot outside your right hand. A little cat-cow here. So you inhale, tailbone up, exhale, rounding. Just explore this different range of motion that we get into. One more round. And then I'm gonna set my hands one step forward. You can kind of adjust as you go when you get more information. So then we'll bend into the knee, and it's cool for it to go past the ankle because we got the back heel down. And kind of explore this ankle range of motion. Make sure the heel stays down. And then on an exhale, pull the hips back. And I really like to keep my toes down because you get a nice stretch through the top of the shin here. That's not really found in a lot of places. So moving back and forth. If you want to stay a couple breaths on each side, you can. Again, just working into what's here and drawing the navel back towards the spine. We're not dumping. We're being very mindful. This is yoga, mindful movement. Follow the breath. Let it help you out. Do one more round. And come back to the center. Walk the hands back under the shoulders. Extend your right leg out behind you. Draw the navel in. Extend the left arm out in front. And just a few breaths in our bird dog. It's like such a basic thing, but so important to the health of your spine, which then is going to affect your hips and your shoulders. Lower the limbs down. Come up to down dog. Let's check in. Back to hands and knees. Left foot forward, outside the left hand. Your cats and cows. Right, and it can ripple from pelvis all the way to skull on both ends. And then hands one step forward, possibly. Again, keeping the low abdominals contained. Press the hips forward, open up the chest. And then drawing them back, keeping the left toes down and get that stretch through the top of the lower leg bone. Mindful with the breath. One more round. Back into the center, hands under shoulders, wrap the belly in, extend left leg out behind, reach it away. Right arm out in front. Right. Transverse abdominis engaged. So that's the navel pulling back towards the spine, creating that corset. Good, limbs down. Down dog. Checking in, press the palms, straighten the elbows, soften those low ribs back. Walk your feet to your hands. Uttanasana, feet hip distance. Right, find whatever bend in the knees you need to get the ribs down on the thighs, and then pull the belly back. Let the spine pour out of the pelvis. Inhale, come halfway up, extending. Exhale, bow, forward fold. Inhale, reverse one dive. Reach your chest forward, hands out to the side, up to the sky, and hands to heart. Down to your sides, pause, eyes closed, or with a passive eye gaze. And move into your body. Noticing where you are in space, the quality. Root down through four corners of feet, hug the shins in, thighs back, low ribs soft. Open the eyes, inhale, sweep your arms up. Oh, every week, exhale, fold forward. Should probably just take that picture down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands down, left foot back. Back knee comes down, inhale, rise, arms up. Exhale, cactus, lift the chest, squeeze that left glute. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down, step it back, down dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin, more challenging to put them all down at once, so you choose. Cobra pose, inhale, root the pubic bone, pull those hands back. Exhale, child's pose. One breath cycle. In and out. Down dog, inhale. Breath cycle here. Feet together, inhale, left leg floats up. Exhale, stepping forward. Back knee down, low abdominals contained. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, lift the sternum, squeeze the glute. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down, stepping forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise. Arms up. Continuing, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha, and the spine. Exhale, hands down, right foot back. Back knee down. Same thing, other side. Exhale to cactus. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, stepping back, down dog. Inhale, forward, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, Ashtangasana. Inhale, Cobra Pose. Lift from the rib cage. Pull the hands back. Exhale, Child's Pose, one breath cycle. Coming up to down dog. One breath cycle. Inhale, right leg floats. Exhale, stepping forward, back knee down, root to rise, inhale. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, stepping forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Inhale. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise. Arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. One breath cycle. And inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands down, step your left foot back. High crescent, inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus, lift the chest. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga, knees down or not, pause. Inhale. Lower to the ground, interlace your hands behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, root the pubic bone down, lift up hamstrings and rib cage. Elbows are straight. You can always use a strap, right, to assist some more opening in the shoulders. Release the hands, keep the body where it is. Press down into cobra, maybe continue into upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right, whatever Back bend you choose, you need to remember that back bends mean your shoulders are going behind your chest. Feet together, inhale, left leg. Exhale, step. High crescent, root to rise. Inhale. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, hands down, step it forward. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise. Down we go, bow, exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right foot back. High crescent. Inhale. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Ready, find the chaturanga. We're gonna hold, we go down, exhale. We pause, inhale. Exhale, we lower. Interlace hands, opposite grip. Root the pubic bone, squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale, lift. Stay for the exhale. Release the hands. Cobra or up dog. Keep pulling your arms back. Downward facing dog. Take a breath, cycle. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step. Inhale, rise. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, arms up. And hands down, step it forward. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha. Exhale, bow. Inhale, arms up. And hands to heart. Down to the sides. Take a moment. Eyes closed or a passive eye gaze. Focus inward. Slow the breath. Open eyes, chair pose. Sit back. Taking the arms where you can straighten them. So if you have tighter shoulders, you're going to take your arms wider, more toward the B corner. I would want to be able to straighten those elbows. It directly speaks to hand and shoulder stuff. Yeah. On your next exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, Vinyasa. So step or hop to plank or chaturanga. Cobra or up dog to down dog. Or that Ashtangasana variation. Yeah, all you guys know what to do. Or skip it, which is what I'm going to do. I'm doing kettlebells after this. Inhale, right leg floats up. Exhale, step it forward. Warrior one, back heel down. Seal through the pinky edge to come up. Lifting up through the torso. Good, interlace hands behind the back. Or again, take a strap. Right, you want to be able to broaden those collarbones and bring the shoulder blades together. Inhale, exhale, bow, humble warrior. Hugging the thighs in towards each other as you drop the head down. The next inhale, come up. Arms come up. Exhale, left hand down, pop the back heel. We got a twist. Right, hug the knees in towards the midline. Hug the belly in as well. Right hand comes down, stepping back to plank. Just the chaturanga, so knees down are not lowering halfway. Pressing back up, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, stepping. Virabhadrasana, warrior one. So, right, you want to find the broadest base of support. So get pinky edge of right foot all the way through that left big toe. Interlace hands, switch the grip. Breathe in, lift the chest. Exhale. Humble warrior. Hugging that left thigh into the outside of the torso. Inhale, come up. Arms up. Exhale. Hands down, right hand stays down. Left arm twist, pop that back heel. Hugging in. Wrap the right shoulder back to send the ribs around. Plank pose. Inhale, just the chaturanga. Lower. Press back up. Down dog. Take your feet one step closer to your hands. Then rooting down through the right hand, take your left hand to the outside of your knee, calf, ankle. Wrap that right shoulder away. Bring the left ribs around. Then switch sides. I'm sliding on my mat. Right hand outside. Go back to the center, and then from the short dog, take a couple hops. Left in the butt. And then hop it forward. And halfway up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Up, find a front spine opening. Hands to heart. We pause. Slow down the breath. Open your eyes. Shift your weight into your right foot. Left knee comes up. Inhale. Exhale back to high crescent. And then back. One-legged Tadasana. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, warrior three. Arms along the side of the body. Think about your Shavasana. Good. Inhale. Arms, hands to heart. One-legged Tadasana. Now back we go to warrior one. Arms come up. Exhale, turning to your left. Warrior two. So right foot's intersecting left instep. Hug those elbows in. Let's turn palms up. And you're rotating from the upper arm bone to externally rotate there. Right? And then try and keep that upper arm bone and your elbows pointing straight up and just turn your palms down. Whoa. Just kind of cool. Any way to make your brain work like that. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmill the hands down. Sweep your right leg back to three-legged dog. Bend the knee, roll the hip open. Good. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Lift your right hand up and step your left foot next to it. Yo. Right? And now you're on your left hand. You're going to lift your hips up. Look back to your left hand. Open up your right side body. Come on back. So now your left foot threads back. Right hand's down and the right foot back. And a down dog. Shazam. Good, knees look forward. Up. Come halfway up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise. Press into the feet. Hands to heart. A breath cycle. Root into left leg. Inhale, right knee comes up. One-legged Tadasana. And back we go. High crescent. Inhale. And one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, you have root to rise. Warrior three. Inhale. Just tilting. Back to one-legged Tadasana. Good girl. Exhale, warrior two. A one I meant, and now to two. Sorry. I said it and I didn't do it. So let's work the arms again. Ooh, before we go there, contain the low abdominals, get those low ribs in. So it feels supported. Turn the palms up, turn the elbows up. Right? Soften the upper traps. And then keep that and just turn the palms down. And keep rotating the upper arm bones up. Yeah, kind of cool. Flip the palm, inhale, reverse. Exhale, windmilling the hands down, sweep the left leg back. Three-legged dog. Bend the knee, roll the hip open. Let that right heel drop down. Yeah, pull your belly in. Exhale, step your left foot outside your left hand. Then lift up your left hand, slide the right one through. And this like crabby, one-arm crab. Lift the hips up, reach back towards that right hand. Come on down. The right foot goes back. Left foot goes back. Down dog. Child's pose. Your choice. Either knees wider for hips or closer together for back, arms forward or back. You know what to do. Just listen and breathe. Coming back to downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward, hop to your hands. Come halfway up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Hands to heart. Good, chair pose. Utkatasana. Put it back into your hips. Draw the belly in. Hands to heart, twist. Left elbow outside right knee. Keep turning the hips to the left as you rotate your torso to the right. One more breath. Inhale, chair. Exhale, other side. Right elbow, left knee. Hips going right, torso turning left. Next inhale, chair. And sink it a little deeper on the exhale. Inhale, stand. Find that back bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Vinyasa or skip it. We'll meet in down dog. Inhale, right leg floats up. Bend the knee, roll the hip open. Exhale, take it to your left elbow. Extend that right leg out. Lift your left arm up. Fallen triangle. Pull that right shoulder back. Rotate the ribs open. Exhale, left hand down. Lift the leg and step between. Oh, high crescent outside of the right hand. Come on up. So we twist here. Hands to heart. Tilt the torso forward. So you're really close. And then try and maybe get a little bit further up the arm. All right, keep hugging, scissoring those inner thighs. One more breath. Can open arms. Hands back to heart. We're in a windmill open to warrior two. Left arm reaches up. And right arm. And we sit. Flipping the palm. Inhale. Reverse the warrior. Moving to extended side angle. Tilt your pelvis. Right elbow inside the knee. Maybe the hand down. Left arm in line with ear. Wrap that right glute back towards your left heel. Open up the chest. Exhale, look down to your front foot. Inhale, come up, reverse triangle. And moving into triangle pose. Pressing those feet down, hug the thighs in, and then shoot that out through the upper ends. Looking down the front foot, half moon, bend into that right knee. You can use your block. Extend the left leg right out from the hip. And keep lengthening the right side body. One more breath. Coming up to one-legged Tadasana. Arms up. Back to pyramid pose, hands to heart. Oh, it's gonna be good though. Don't you want to stretch that right leg now? Come on forward, hands to hips. Watch those hips, keep them level. Make sure you got weight in the front foot. Ooh. Right, low abdominals contain, so we don't want to spill all of our weight on the legs when we're trying to ask them to relax, because it feels like they should help when you're not supporting yourself. One more breath. Bend into the right knee. Just last a little bit. Take the left leg up, standing split. Pull that right hip crease up towards the sky. Step your left foot back to plank, right foot back. Vinyasa. Something to clear the slate, right? There was plenty to do there. Make sure you find some undo. Inhale, left leg up. Bend the knee, roll the hip open. Oh, that's nice on that right leg. Across to your left elbow. Extend the leg out. Lift the right arm up. We're gonna wrap those left ribs forward, right ribs back. Your right hand down. Lifting the knee into the chest. High crescent. Step it forward. Hands to heart. Tilt the torso forward, and then try and get a little higher up that arm. Laying back into the shoulders. Keep that right hip lifting, and then extend the arms, last breath. Hands back to heart. Windmill, right arm leads. Back heel down. Here we go. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Okay, that deep scoop of the left hip back towards the right foot, but keep the left knee bending over the ankle. So really gotta track it. End of exhale, look down the front foot, come up, reverse your triangle. Sweep the sky, get long. Moving into triangle pose. As you can shorten stance. Resting those hips away, making sure the left leg is supported. End of exhale. Again, looking down the front foot, half moon. Move forward. If you're pretty comfortable in half moon, try not to change very much from your triangle pose as you transition. And one-legged Tadasana, pull it in, arms up, and stepping back to pyramid. And get the feet where you want, hands on the hips, coming forward. Remember to bring weight into the front foot, hands down to the ground or blocks. Bend into your left knee. Step the hands forward, but stay close to that left thigh, and then kick your right leg up and drop your head down. And get that leverage. Pull the left hip crease up to the sky. And stepping left foot back. And that's my right foot, and then left foot back. Vinyasa. Be a little bit more symmetrical. Take your feet as wide as the mat. Walk hands back to them. We're going to come into a squat. So if you know you like a blanket and you got one close, do that, or roll up the back of your mat to support. I like the support. I can do it without, but I find I can go a little bit deeper when I have just a little support. Elbows inside the knees. We want to make sure those knees are tracking over the second toes. Yeah, it's really easy to get collapsed. So use the elbows to help with that. Pelvic floor lifts. This is tailbone to pubic bone to tailbone. And feel that lift above. Right, the low belly. Navel broadens back. Soften the eye gaze. Continue to soften the groin and staying a little bit longer, not full yin, but just something that allows us to be a part of a shift. And, you know, shifts aren't necessarily comfortable. All of us have probably experienced in other parts of our lives. So I'm not saying like tolerate or whatever, but just see what is making up that shift. And if there's anything you can do to help ease the change. Breath is always a good one. And then trust, right? You have to trust that if you soften a little bit, your body isn't going to snap. And if that trust is bolstered by some support, then give it to yourself. One more breath cycle. Hands down. Let the hips come off any support you have. And then feet hip distance, gorilla pose. Palms of hands under the soles of the feet. Get toes all the way to wrists. You can bend the knees to facilitate that. And then press down into your toes. So the core is really important here, right? Because we want to keep the weight of the pelvis moving a little bit more forward to pour the spine out. But if you don't have your core support and your hands are under your feet, you can do the math on that one. All right, so the hamstrings are broadening, but the sitting bones are narrowing, and that's going to be a nice deep support from the low belly. Take one more breath. Release the hands. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come all the way up. Open up the front side. Hands to heart. Down to the sides, bring the feet together. Good, inhale, sweep arms up. Front spine opening, exhale and bow. Walking it out to downward facing dog. Good, inhale, right leg floats up. Bend the knee, roll the hip open. Flip your dog. Okay, bending the left knee to find the ground. Press the hips up, lay the head back. Come on back. Three-legged dog, inhale. Knee into chest, take it across. Fallen triangle, lift the left arm up. All right, left hand down. Now you're gonna take your right foot to tree pose and come over into a side plank. Or not to tree pose, just come into side plank. Just give a little go. Reach right arm in line with ear. Right hand down, sweep that right leg back. Take it to pigeon. Right knee to right wrist. Ooh, check out the back leg. Make sure it's where you want it to be. Add any support under your right hip. Inhale. Open the chest. Exhale. Melt forward. Taking this time, staying with the sensations in your body. That interoception helps to strengthen the neural pathways from your brain to your muscles. Be more effective and efficient relationship and communication with your body. One more full breath. Gather in the low belly at the end of the exhale, hands under shoulders. Inhale, bring the torso up. We're gonna reach back for this left foot and start with the back bend. So kick the foot back into the hand. And if it's available, maybe take both hands back, which is nice because you can stay a little more symmetrical. Yeah, just have that left hand back. Make sure you keep pulling the left ribs forward. Taking one more breath. It's active release of the quad and the hip flexor. You might be feeling that. Take the right hand down if you removed it. And on your next exhale, stay upright, but pull that heel into the glute. Okay. Negotiating. You want to contain those low abdominals so we're not dumping on the legs. And then maybe moving into a deeper version if you have a mermaid pose. Hooking the left elbow on the toes. Taking the right arm up. Reach up through that right side. You keep bringing the left ribs forward. Make sure there's breath. Carefully releasing. Back to down dog. And if a vinyasa sounds good to clear it, by all means. Okay, other side, inhale, left leg up. Then the knee, roll the hip open, right? Low abdominals contained, we flip it. You got that right arm supporting you with the muscles on the back. Lift the hips up, lay the head back. Flip back, three-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, take the knee across. Extend the leg out, right arm comes up. You fall in triangle, that left arm's really got you. Now we come back, lift that right leg or left leg up. Bring it into a tree pose. Roll to the right side, plank, or wherever you want to put that left foot. Left arm in line with your inhale. Step it back, left leg up. Pigeon pose. Right, go upright first. Low abdominals in and casting forward. And even as we go into a more passive position here, you just want to be cognizant of not all the guts just like, ugh, right? Especially if you're hypermobile, you need to be careful about hanging on the joints. So just a little bit of containment of the low abdominals, nothing like what we just used to go through that series before this. So just kind of a gentle containment, which will help you in your regular life if you have that kind of awareness. So that when you're like, dishes are usually one of the hardest things on the back. There's just enough flexion to put strain, but we don't feel like it's hard, so we don't think about our core. In with that intention. One more breath. The end of your exhale, pull the belly back, hands under shoulders. We come up, and there is, for me, because my hip flexors are tight, even though I'm pretty mobile, right? Life happens. So I have to scissor my inner thighs to get my pelvis more upright. So I'm kind of lifting using adductors and a little bit of external rotators. Grab on for that right foot and then kick back. And maybe the left hand goes too. right? We're working some of our back bend. Woo, active release of that front of that right leg and hip. And then left hand comes down on an exhale, staying upright. Pull the heel into the glute. And maybe moving a little deeper. So there's so many pieces to getting this deeper bind on mermaid. Like apparently my right quad is tighter, and so I can't get my toes all the way up to my elbow on this side. That's all right. You can still work into the pose with support. Carefully releasing. Mindfully making your way back to your down dog in your recovery. And coming forward, all the way down to your belly, onto your back. Bridge pose or upward facing bow. So we'll go for 5 breaths. You can even transition into bow from bridge. Taking the feet close to the hips, about hip distance. Press into feet, tuck and roll shoulders under. Lift those hips up. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Last inhale, 5. Exhale, slowly melting down. Pause in that fallen bridge. Knees in, feet out. Windshield wiper the legs, back and forth. And knees into the chest. Draw them in real close, rock. Massage the belly and the low back. And then bring the feet down, shift your hips a bit to the right. Then pull your knees into your chest and take them over to the left. So that little shift just gets your head and your hips more in line. So you can always shuffle shoulders to make that happen as well. Right arm out to the side, somewhere higher up is a little bit more intense. But you want to find a position where you're meeting a little resistance at the top of the breath, but it's not clamping the breath down. One more breath. Gently bringing knees back to the center. Reset your hips and just take a few moments to unwind that side in a neutral position. And shifting to the other side, so hips will go a bit left. You want to get those knees up at about hip height somewhere. If you can grab onto your legs with your right hand, that's about right. I mean, you could explore something a little bit lower. Maybe that is useful to you. But again, you know, what I'm trying to achieve here for you guys is a little more spinal rotation. And then also with the legs at this position, you get some of that hip, outside of the hip that we worked with the balance. And that gets real tight from sitting. And pick what's appropriate for this side as far as the arm positioning. Keep the eye gaze soft, either eyes closed or just really passive. It really speaks to the quality at the base of the skull, right? Because that's where the muscles for the eyeballs are connected, as well as our visual cortex that's interpreting all of that. So you let that gaze just soften, and it will really help that, even jaw, neck stuff too. One more breath. Coming back to the center, reset the pelvis. Again, come to that neutral position. Breathe into the shift. Knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. This time taking thighs to the outsides of the torso. And so just rock a little bit with the feet down. A little bit side to side, massaging the hip creases. Right, and then again, come into the center and do a little like cat-cow with the pelvis. Right, and then next time you're in the cow piece, stay there, which is extension. And then grab for your feet, right? If you have to go back into a little cow pelvis to get them, that's cool. But then find that cat pelvis, right? Pull the shoulder blades back. Try and find an arch in the low back. And then pull the navel back to meet it. Notice what kind of space that makes for you. And there's a lot of thinking to that. This is a different part of your core that you're working, and it's real deep. So it's okay to be like, what is she talking about? We just try, and each time, hopefully it makes a little bit more sense. And then we're making our way to Shavasana. If there's anything else your body's asking for, please answer that. If you have to think too hard, probably there's nothing, and that's awesome. Finding a shape that is supported in your Shavasana, what kind of warmth you'd like. Support your low back with something under the knees, maybe a neck roll, right? Just filling the space for the cervical spine between the floor and your neck. And eventually settling into some stillness. Really profound to not be asleep and let our bodies and minds be still. And your systems of your physical form will start to quiet. They're not going to go away, but you're really relaxed. So they're just running on super chill, starting some of that healing that happens in the parasympathetic state. And observing the thoughts without engaging them. Take a moment to honor where you are right now. Simply start to deepen the breath. Try to just add that and nothing else. It should naturally lend itself to opening up more sensations in the body, noticing where you end, and bringing in movement as you're ready and curious. Maybe taking a stretch, eventually making your way over to your left side. Come into the fetal position, having that yang side to the sky so you can continue through your day with some energy. Take a moment to honor yourself, honor your intention. Gently press up to seated, taking palms together at the center of the chest, Anjali Mudra, mudra of compassion, beginning with you, emanating out to the universe. Thank you for sharing your practice. Namaste.